In celebration of our 1-year anniversary of leaving Australia, learning to sail, buying a boat, travelling across the Mediterranean from Spain to Turkey, we thought we'd have a Q&A. A lot of you came on board with some really good questions. So the segments that follow, we decided to film at various locations that we visited on our travels.
Thanks to Gail Layton, who's asked us how long we expect to be in Turkey.
Good question, Gail.
Yeah, thanks. Well, we are in Cash at the moment, and we expect to stay in Cash over winter until early March, when the weather will change and be favourable for sailing. After that, we're going to be heading north. We'll hug the coastline until we can go as far as we can, and then we'll head over to Greece.
That's a rough plan, but you know what plans are like on a boat.
Yeah.
Alex Gray asks, where was ABC last September when the hurricane hit the Aegean Sea? Well, we were actually in Greece at the time, but we were quite fortunate to be on the western side of mainland Greece, in Kefalonia. And we were actually anchored right in the heart of Kefalonia at the time. And we woke up one morning and saw the weather building out to the north. And we decided that we would up sticks and move ABC into an unfinished marina that's literally, it was 150 meters away from where we were anchored. So we bunkered down in that unfinished marina for, I think it was a week.
Yeah.
All in all, we were in Kefalonia for 12 days as we waited out the storm.
Interestingly, we were moored side 2 there.
Yes.
But we were on the right side of the configuration because the wind was blowing us off the dock.
Exactly. So that was quite good.
Yeah.
And we were heavily prepared there as well.
Yeah.
With
plaited ropes. And
lots and lots of big, thick ship's ropes plaited together in between us and our fenders and the concrete. So, hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
David Downington asks, really enjoying your journey around the Mediterranean and your arrival in Turkey. When you were costing, you never mentioned insurance. Quite important. What did you do? Well, David, we were totally inexperienced sailors, and so we had to shop around to quite a few insurance companies to get some quotes, and some of them require ridiculous things like a minimum of 5 years experience, which as a complete noob we thought was a what the moment. We eventually ended up buying through Topsail Insurance, and they covered us for the sums we wanted, considering all the new gear that we put on the back end of the boat. Their cost for 12 months insurance was €1,243, which is 2,010 Australian dollars. From speaking to other people since we've been around, we think that's a little high. We are, of course, spending most of our time on anchor, which would increase our policy against somebody who was spending most of their time in a marina. Harbours really don't count as marinas, so insurance companies don't see them as any different from being on anchor. But I think when it comes to renew, we'll talk to Topsail and see if they can better that price, but we'll also be shopping around.
When we originally were wondering which companies, because there are so many companies, we asked a few different sailing and cruising forums and Facebook pages, and got the advice from people who have been using sailing insurance for a long time. So we did a little tick box, and you know, every insurance company that got a mention, if it got a positive review, it got a green tick. If it got a negative review, it got a red tick. And we sort of basically looked at the top 5 or 6 which had the most green ticks, and we researched those further. So that was actually how we started the process.
Yeah, you did a good job on that.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. hopefully that answers your question. We will shop around. Ed Russell asks, what are the biggest unexpected experiences, both good and bad, that you've come across? Can be about anything, people, places or things. I think there's definitely a number one bad experience that is topping our list.
Yeah, and that's when we were attached to a 3-month-old mooring ball outside of Javier in Spain. And we trusted, because it was new, that it would hold us.
Yeah,
didn't.
And it didn't.
And we ended up crashing on the rocks, and you can see that in the link.
We'll link to that video right now. Should be around about there.
Oh, there.
I think I'm going to be right.
I think I am.
Good experiences. Definitely
The people, I think.
people.
For me.
Not just boaty people, yacht people.
Sailing community
but
people.
Generally people everywhere we've been. Warm, welcoming, generous, friendly.
Helpful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's been great.
And often go out of their way to help us. Or,
Yeah.
You know, like, I think one of the things that I have heard from people when I've said I'm going to, start travelling, and they've gone, ooh, is it going to be safe where you're going? And I think when you actually get to where you're going, wherever that may be, you realise that people are people, and there may be political stuff going on and media stuff about the political stuff, but at the end of the day, generally, people are as good as you are.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like attracts
Unless
like
you're
as
not
well.
a good person.
Yeah. If you're a total psychopath, stay at home.
I'll go for politics. No. Is that politically incorrect? Probably.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the
Yeah.
best answer we can give on that one. Long-time follower of ours, Jorge Correa, asks, so do you take life today as one, this is our home and life and it's not a vacation every day, or two, this is a permanent vacation, eat out and have fun like it's a vacation and it will end in a few weeks? Well, it's funny you should ask that question, because tonight we are eating out and having fun like it's a vacation.
You're welcome.
But that doesn't happen every day. I would say it's more one.
It's definitely more one. It has to be more one, because that's just the way our finances are structured. But at the same time, there's no point living if you don't have some fun along the way.
Yeah, I think it's a very difficult question for us to answer in context for everybody else who's thinking of just going and buying a yacht and becoming a liveaboard, because we're also working a 40-hour week by recording videos, editing the videos, getting them all up there, and then Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. What else are we doing? That's it. At least on our blogs on our website every week. So all in all, that's a 40-hour week easily.
Yeah. So we don't have time to. We're
So a lot of the time,
at the end of the day.
we'll spend 2 days in the boat just working away. So there's 2 days out of the week where we just get up, probably stay in our jammies until midday, lunchtime, late afternoon, doing what we need to do. So yes, it is more number one. Yeah. Okay. Hope that answers your question, George. Jorge.
The next question is from Frank Schwarz, and he asks, hi Barry and Ansha, would you say that you are happy with the size of your vessel? And whatever your answer might be, why? Baz, do you want to answer this one?
Yes, I think I can answer this one. I would say overall we're happy with the length of ABC. She is 46 foot long, which is a great length for cutting through the water without getting knocked about too much by the waves. For 2 people on board, the interior space is more than adequate. She's got quite a wide beam on her, so she's roomy inside as well. And also being a short-handed crew, very easy for the 2 of us to handle her when raising sails, furling or unfurling sails, and also coming into dock. So very happy with the length, and It's a perfect size. I don't think we needed anything bigger.
No.
No, 46 foot. It's good for us.
Yeah. Toby Cobb asks, are the rumours of an interplanetary stowaway true? What the?
Funny you should ask that, Toby. The rumours are true. We have a stowaway on board.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. This little guy.
Oh, he's cute.
They are cute. Well, actually, they're cute when they're this size, but in real life, well, it's not real life. In game life, a human being would probably come up to just around about the size of the thigh there. This is a hoglo, and this is one of the creatures that myself and Toby and Menace and Thoth and Grez and Dude and BB all used to hunt in a game called Entropia Universe. I missed that game. Missed that bunch of guys, actually. So yes, this is our interplanetary stowaway. He is a hoglo.
And
Could be a
he's
she.
Barry's only friend on board.
Mark Bonington asks, how has the overall learning curve been? Was it what you expected, or was it something else?
Didn't know what to expect, really.
Yeah.
Although at the same time, you know, we bought a sailboat and we weren't sailors, so we've had to really learn lots of things really quickly. But it's, for me anyway, as we live this life, I realise how much more we really need to learn.
Yeah, I would agree with that. There was definitely... I think one of the biggest things is transitioning how you live your life with the usual day-to-day things, like water consumption, power consumption, getting rid of your rubbish that is created from day-to-day living. Those things are all things you've got to rethink and reconsider. I think the sailing aspect, I think I was a bit disappointed on our trip from Spain to Turkey that we didn't get a chance to do more sailing. Unfortunately, we had a timeline that we had to be in Turkey by a certain date, which meant that regardless of what the wind was or was not doing, we had to go, and therefore I think we motored probably 80% of the time. Now that we've stopped, and now that we've got our Turkish residency for 12 months, when we do head north in the new year, it means that we can stop and we can wait for wind to blow it in the right direction for where we're going.
And get the sails out.
And get the sails
Plus,
out.
we've also had the sails...
the furling mechanisms all serviced and
cleaned.
lubed. Yeah.
So I think it's going to be easy. Plus I've got two hands now.
That helps.
You know, so... But yeah, there've been... I mean, for me as well, like I had to learn scuba diving. So there've been lots of
firsts.
Lots of firsts, but that's what this is. It's an adventure, and you know, with adventures, whenever you see an adventure movie, the hero doesn't just sit there and do same old. He goes out there and he meets his challenges and he has to rise to them. Otherwise, it would be a really boring movie. And that's the same with us. You know, hopefully we're rising to the challenges as they come.
If I had to put a percentage on it, I would say probably it's been 60% not what I expected and 40% what I expected.
Right.
Yeah. Hope that answers your question. Very convoluted and long-winded answer, but yeah, I don't know. That's the best we can do. All right. Good question.
Yeah. Okay. A couple more questions.
Okay.
Baz, here's one for you. From Matt Gill. Knowing what you know now, would you do anything differently if you had the chance to start it again?
Matt, a good question indeed. Knowing what we know now, I would say that the only thing I might do differently would be to get a boat with more of the things already attached to it that we paid to get brand new and attached to it. That might cut down some of our initial costs. But then again, we got ABC in very good condition, even though she didn't have a lot of bells and whistles. So there's always a swings and roundabouts there, balancing that out between an excellent vessel and all the toys. That would probably be the only thing I would go back and change. Hope that answers your question.
I can't think of anything else.
No.
In how we did it or anything. I still would have gone to Spain to start there. Yeah, and made that journey with Mike and Elaine. Yeah, definitely.
Lisa Dwan asks 2 questions. One is, what's been your favourite place you visited so far? And what are your intentions coming into the new year?
So do you want to take the favourite places and I'll do the new year?
Yeah. Okay. I loved Ibiza.
Yeah, there were lots of places there that were good.
Beautiful place. And also, was it Menorca?
Mahon in Menorca,
Yeah.
on the northwest tip. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, we only stopped there to refuel, but we definitely want to go
Going back
there.
yes.
That looks great. Italy, that little island that we visited in Italy.
Yes.
Gosh, I can't remember the name.
I can't remember the name of the place.
Porto di Ponza.
We'll link to the video of that place. Down below here.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back there again, definitely.
Yeah.
Wow, so many places in Greece.
Oh, the one where we climbed up the hill.
That was Eos.
Yeah, Eos.
Yep.
I mean, look, every single place we've been to has been fabulous in its own right. So this is really, it's a hard question,
It's a difficult
Lisa.
question to answer.
Yeah.
It's like saying, what's your favourite record of all time? Really?
So, Eos was beautiful, and well,
Everywhere we've been in Turkey. Everywhere.
Stunning.
Just like this place.
Yeah,
And this is just round the corner from where we are now.
Yeah, and this is called Liminasi.
Yep.
It's a very little bay, and in summer it's got 2 restaurants that you can sail up to, and at the moment we're anchored. So yeah, this is just gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
As to our plans for next year, you're a very naughty boy. You're trying to get me drunk, aren't you?
No, never.
As to what our plans are for next year, roughly what we're going to do is depart Cache Harbour sometime around about the beginning of March.
Weather dependent.
Weather dependent, of course. We're going to head slightly south to the big bay inside of Kekover Island, explore that area for a bit, then head all the way north up the coast of Turkey as far as we possibly can before waiting for a good weather window. Again, weather is the thing. And then we'll shoot east across to Greece, to Thessalonica or Thessaloniki, and we're going to see a friend of ours there. And after that, we will come down the sort of like gulf, if you like, of where Thessaloniki is at the top, and there's a couple of fingers underneath. Should be doing it the other way because it's going to be that way in the camera. We'll check out those areas and then slowly through summer zigzag down through the Aegean Sea, stopping at as many Greek islands as we can, hopefully rounding the southern tip of Greece, mainland Greece, by sort of like mid-autumn, and then we're just going to find a place to hole up for the winter because you need to hole up for the winter. We've discovered that you have to hole up for the winter in the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
So that's roughly our plan to take us through to this time next year. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Next question is from Heather Noon. How are you guys doing with being together most of the time? Thanks for sharing this journey with us.
I think you should answer that one.
Well, we're still here, aren't we? Look, it's like any relationship except you're putting it under a microscope. So because we're living in a small, confined environment, especially in winter,
Yes.
because we don't have a weatherproofed cockpit. So we've just really got the one main living space, but then we do each have a cabin.
Yes.
I think generally on the whole we get on really well, and you know we're both sort of peace-loving people, aren't we? We tend not to, fly into rages or do drama or anything like that. There are times, obviously, where, and it's usually when we're tired and or stressed, where we'll sort of want to bite at each other. But we've got really good, I think, at going, time out, or use your words, or let's just take a step back and talk about this later. I think that's pretty much what we do.
Yeah, I think I tend to get a bit growly when I'm stressed.
Mm-hmm.
You tend to get growly when you're tired.
Mm-hmm.
So I've learned that I'm an early riser, and I just get up and do my thing and let Ansha sleep in the princess suite as long as she needs, and that works out better for my day.
Yeah, and stuff that I want to do on my own, like my meditations or whatever, I will do when Baz has gone to bed.
Yeah,
because that's when I'm kind of awake. So, but it's actually surprisingly...
It's been good, really,
good.
overall.
I think so, yeah. I mean, I like the guy,
She's all right. It's not bad. Not a bad sort.
So, thanks, Heather.
Really good.
Alistair Simmons asks, the adventure started a year ago. When will it end?
Yeah, pretty much a year ago.
Yeah.
A year ago in a week.
Yes. Well, it's kind of a grey answer, really. It's a fuzzy sort of answer. Either if we get bored, can't see that happening for a long time.
I can't see that happening. No.
If we run out of money,
that's always a possibility.
Ill health or old age.
That's a possibility.
So, I mean, look, we've sort of said let's keep going and see where the winds take us. And for now we're going, well, let's explore the Mediterranean fully, and then when we're competent and confident enough, then let's go into the Atlantic and take it from there. So it really, like I say, it's a sort of fuzzy area as in terms of how long will it go on for, because we don't know how long we'll stay at different places, and which routes we're going to take.
I mean, in the back of my mind, there's an overall long-term plan to get ABC back to Australia at some point in time, and if that takes 10 years or 14 years, that's how long it takes.
And we may find somewhere along the way that we just want to stop at.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We don't have a schedule, basically.
No. Sarah Scott asks, I was wondering, when you were leaving one place to go to another, what procedures and paperwork do you have to fill in? I've watched some sailing videos where the people seem to spend ages going backwards and forwards from customs to harbour master, filling out forms and paying for different bits of paperwork.
That is a good question. To be honest with you, we've only left one place and entered one place. We left the European Union and entered Turkey. Now, ABC is a UK registered boat, and until Brexit finally happens, if it ever happens, we have no problems travelling between countries in the European Union. When we left Greece, the checkout was easy. Again, there's a video, and we'll link to that up there. Or up there. So checking out of Greece was really easy. Didn't cost us anything. The biggest thing, I think, was the 20-minute walk between one building and the next. Coming into Turkey, we used the services of a shipping agent, and 24 hours before we were due in, we emailed him all of our ship's documents and passport details. So he met us at the dock, at the harbour side in Bosburun, and he had all our paperwork ready.
Yeah, pretty much good to go. That was really just walking to the office just around the corner from where we were moored, and they stamped our passports, and that was it. That was it.
That one did cost us because we used an agent, and of course you do have to purchase your Turkish visa. There's a small cost for that, but using an agent was quite expensive, but it did smooth the process out.
Now, for us to stay longer than 3 months in Turkey, we have had to also apply for a 12-month residency. You can actually apply for a 1 or 2 year residency.
Yeah.
Because we did want to spend longer here, stay here over the winter months, and then not have to rush anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an expensive experience. I think all up, that's cost us close to 1,000 Australian dollars.
But that included the application for the residency itself, and also insurance. We had to get insurance.
Medical insurance, health insurance.
And also photographs, biometric photographs.
Yep.
And also the services of a translator who completed the paperwork for us.
Yes.
So for two people, you know.
Not too bad, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, we haven't really had much experience of checking in and out, because as British citizens, because we're on UK passports, going in and out of countries in the EU, you don't have to check in or check out.
No. Yeah. Who knows what will happen once Brexit takes place? Time will tell, and we'll find out.
Yeah.
It might be easy for us to travel on our Australian passports at that point, so we don't get spat at in the street.
Well, nobody's done it so far.
We're being very politically incorrect in both of these, aren't we?
All in good humour.
It's all good fun.
Yes.
Thanks for the questions, though. It's been brilliant.
Yeah.
Andrew Rutledge also asks 2 questions. Why did you decide to buy in the Med? And what can I do to help your channel grow? First one.
Well, when we first started the idea, we were living in Australia, and after we'd done some research, we realised that if we bought in Australia, we would be buying a much older boat, or one that had fewer inclusions, because the prices are expensive there. So we looked around. We could have bought in America, we could have bought in Thailand, but we really felt drawn to coming to the Mediterranean, and the prices are better. We thought that there would be a bigger choice of boats, actually. As it turned out, when we were looking, there wasn't such a big variety.
No, not really, no.
Having said that, the one that we found was perfect for us, so it didn't really matter.
And they never say never buy the first boat you see.
But we did.
But we did.
But we did see others.
We did look
as
at other
well.
boats.
So so that was our main reason, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think cost was the main reason. $50,000 cheaper to buy exactly the same model, year, and set up a boat in Europe compared to buying in Australia. And $50,000 goes a long way.
Yeah, it does.
Now, on to your other question, Andrew. It's a very important question and something that we've been working on. In fact, this next clip will explain how you, Andrew, and everyone else who is our viewer or subscriber or follower can help us out with just a couple of simple clicks. The first way to help us grow our channel is to make sure you click on the red subscribe button. It's free to do, and if you also click on the bell icon after subscribing, you'll get a notification every time we put out a new video. The first 48 hours of a new video being released is the most important time for our video to be recognised by the YouTube system, so make sure you watch within the first 2 days of a new release. Leaving comments, giving us a thumbs up or a thumbs down during this time is also helpful in getting YouTube to promote us. Watching our videos all the way to the very last second also makes us look good to the YouTube system. At the beginning of our videos, you'll notice a 15-second advert pop up. These adverts are how we get paid by YouTube. So please let the advert stay on your screen until it disappears. To help us get paid a bit extra, you can even click on the advert so that it opens up whatever is being advertised on a separate page. If you have unlimited internet data, you can also visit our YouTube page and click on the Play All button. Turn down the volume and just leave our videos running through while you go and do something else. Sharing our videos across your favourite social media is also a big help too. So to sum up, watch new videos within the first 48 hours, click like and leave a comment and share, make sure you're a subscriber, let the ad run for at least 20 seconds and even click on the ad. And if you're feeling super generous, click on watch all and just let our videos run in the background. And between us, let's see how far we can take Sailing ABC.